So Carl, thank you for your time. How are you settling in at Redditch United?
Yeah, it's settling quite quickly to be honest. Obviously, signing on there, I think it was 5 p.m. on the Monday, going straight in against one of my former clubs who were quite close to my heart. The lads obviously knew who I was and knew what I was about before I signed, playing against Redditch a few times. And yeah, literally, I think it helps when you do a good performance and you get a clean sheet and you win the game. It settles you in nicely, and then obviously the lads have just took to me well. Yeah.
What made you change teams? What made you join Redditch?
After the mess that happened at Wood, there's a few offers on the table. I wanted to take my time. I'm 28 now. I wanted to have I had a solid year with Barwell. Halfway through the second season, Barwell joined Mikolova. Thought I was going to have another year there, and obviously it didn't come to it. So I wanted to make sure it's the right choice. Redditch came in. I spoke to a team at the start of the summer. Obviously I chose not to due to other reasons, and then when it's come this time, obviously with the success that they had last year, it was as soon as he said like I want you in, I said yeah, listen, let's get it done over the line sort of thing.
What did Tim say to you in particular? Was it just the fact of playing for Tim, a person like him, or is it the team?
A bit of both. Obviously I know the quality of players that they had here anyway, and then Tim called me and said look, we need a leader. I've got a fairly young squad with a few experienced boys in there. He's played the level for 4 or 5 years now. We need to come in and just be a leader, head everything, kick everything, and then everything else that comes with that is a bonus. So obviously I feel like I've come in and kind of done that sort of thing.
You touched on obviously last season with Redditch, they did really well. This season, what are the sort of goals and sort of achievements maybe for the team?
I think, as always, playoffs really. I said when I spoke to the gaffer, I said, look, I don't want to sign for a team that hasn't got ambition. Could have easily gone somewhere down the road from Redditch where there weren't really a lot of ambition there, where I wanted to go somewhere where we was going to play like challenge. I think that was why I did end up taking a step down to Wood, step 4, which is a bit of a weird one considering I played in the step 3 playoff semi-final for Mikolova against Salford, and then everyone's like, oh, he's going to have a good season next year. Then I went down a league, but that was just basically because it was a chance to win the league and I wanted to go somewhere with ambition. So when I spoke to him, I said, look, what are your ambitions? Do you want to stay in the league? Do you want to win the league? And he said, look, I want to do as best as I can, but playoffs, I want to basically recreate last season's success.
Just moving on, obviously to yourself in particular. Obviously, semi-pro,
Yep.
also doing work alongside. What do you do for work, and how do you sort of balance it out with football on the weekends and Monday nights?
Well, I've got a few jobs, but the one to mention is I'm a professional FIFA player, so EAFC player now. I've been doing that for the last 3 years, so incorporating that to football is pretty easy, as you can imagine. Play when I have the days off, when I have football. Obviously, football always take priority, no matter what job I'm in. It'll always take priority. But I started that about 4 years ago now. I made myself a decent little name for myself in the FIFA scene. Now it's strange actually when you come to non-league, being a pro for however long I was. I come to games now and people are like, oh, there's Kyle Rowley, the FIFA pro. Not Kyle Rowley who played football. It's the FIFA pro. But yeah, it's obviously, like I say, I'm in a fortunate position. You ask any majority of the lads' dreams now, what do you want to be? So either a footballer or a FIFA player. I'm lucky enough to have both in my life, so it's quite an easy balance, to be honest. Yeah.
Obviously, you've also done that for Aston Villa as well a
Yeah.
few years ago. Are you still doing it with Villa, or have you moved on?
So the way it works is it's like you compete. You imagine everybody in the UK competes for a Premier League team, and the winner of one PlayStation and Xbox side do it. So for 3 years, I represented Villa. Not last year, the year before, I chose to go to Arsenal, which, don't ask me why I did that, I just fancied a change. It was a bit repetitive, so I changed to Arsenal. Didn't do too well as I liked. Last year, didn't have a year off. I kind of the tournaments were on a Saturday, so like I said, my football always take priority. But this year, with training being on a Monday, and majority of big tournaments being on a Tuesday this year, I think I'm going to go back to Villa again. Yeah, obviously I've been in contact with them. They love the interlink that football and FIFA have, and they want me to basically do well for Villa, so they can come here and sort of interlink it all with whatever team I'm at.
So you've had the time to also so when you're at home, sort of do your own workouts and stuff like that, and get prepared for football. What sort of does that consist of when you do those sort of things, where you sort of prepare yourself for a weekend mentally and physically?
See, I'm very superstitious, so I've had the same routine for about 2 or 3 years now. On a Friday night or a Friday afternoon, I'll go to the gym, I'll eat the same food, wake up the same time on a Saturday morning, 9:03 to be exact, no matter what. Obviously, if it's an away game, it's a fire. But near enough every home game, no matter what time I go to bed, it could be stupid o'clock in the morning, I'll always set my alarm for 9:03. And it's mainly, it's just, I obviously try not to do too much of a big load in the gym because you feel heavy the next day. So a little gym session, a bit of stretching. Then yeah, just get myself in the zone, do my superstitious stuff that I like to do. And then basically just listen to music on a match day before, like in the car, put a mix on and I'll just get up for it basically.